And as I'm waiting, I think we'll be all right there. You know, kinda ironic, I guess. This engine, I'll have to get the number up there and see exactly what it is, but I think it's about a 1924. So it's being 2024. That means this engine's 100 years old, you know, when it rolled off the assembly line. With that said, that fitting, that part that I just put onto that fuel pump right there, I just bought that yesterday. That's a McMaster car part right there, you know. So, you know, you can still get parts for these old engines if you just search around. It's identical to the one that was on there. And with my objective to keep a lot of brass on this engine, you know, to the point of making all of these parts, that I did save this brass fuel line, which is what came on these engines originally. But this one, if you affix it to the engine, you can see it's quite long back here, and it had a different kind of fuel pump on it with this line here. And you can see that this engine has two of those cutouts in the block right there. That was for two different kinds of fuel pump options. This being available supposedly on the last few engines that was built, if I may relay what I've heard in the past, but also was listed in the catalog as a replacement standalone for the fuel pumps past that had problems. So, but anyway, to use this one, I have to cut it down. So I'm going to cut it off right here, and then I'm going to trim it off a little bit up here on the other end where that old ferrule used to be. I'm going to trim that off just a little bit and rebend it and polish it up, or we get it back on this engine here. But I'm going to listen to the radio over there for a while I do this. just knocked a little dust off of it. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment down there. That's where we at today. Star date as is. It's a 1.5 horsepower McCormick Deering EK magneto spark plug ignition. And it's got one of them fuel pumps on it that was a dealer supplied option. We'll go around there and look at it. Couple of more items to be machined, you know, just kind of get her done. But this engine has this, that's a field replacement fuel pump for these old engines. Book said if you had an engine, whatever year model it was there, old one, fuel pump went bad, and you go up there to the dealer, get you a fuel pump to go on your engine, this right here is what you'd have got. Brass lines. That's a diaphragm. It's AC brand. Works real good. But interesting observation. That fuel line there, that 1/4 inch suction going into that glass bowl part, that's original. You would have got that when you got that fuel pump, I'm thinking. And maybe the outlet line also. We'll put a parts list up there on the screen in a couple of videos. Show what I did on that and right there. Well, I took the spark plug out for some compression relief. But kind of the way that works right there, you can see that that's dedicated part for this engine, as is some other parts that International supplied, and some parts that the AC company supplied. That's the way that'll work. But, you know, to check the timing on these engines, you know, I'll show it to you real quick if you want me to. Raining outside. We got bad forecast on the picture up there. The timing. Take note, blank page items here. How to confirm if your McCormick Type M International timing is correct. You can check 2 things at one time with this observation. That being that you turn your flywheel, okay, you see a flywheel bounce backwards. That means that it was coming up on compression stroke. So I'm gonna come around. See right there it was. That's where it's coming up on compression in that cylinder up there. Okay, when that ignition mark gets to the mark on the block and the straight up and down in line with the crankshaft, when it gets to that point, it should trip the magneto. Watch. See it trip that magneto? Gonna be a little angle. So we'll do that again, and then we'll check the exhaust, and then we'll make another observance on that plate onto that eccentric. So if you come on around, Okay, right there is coming up on ignition. You know, it made the other parts there word exhaust revolution and all that. So now we're coming back again, and with that little spark retard and advance lever, you set that down in the run position for this setting. Well, on this one, that being the ignition. Okay, when you get ready to start the engine, then you move this lever up there and you're good to go. It changes the timing. But when you're setting this, when this far is in the correct position, then I'm going to turn a little bit so you can see it on camera. There's 2 marks on that cover plate, and those 2 marks, when that gets in alignment right there, if you put a straight edge across them 2 marks, it will intersect up there with your little oil hole in your EK magneto. That way you're confirming that the gear on the inside of your crankshaft is in the correct mesh position timing wise. So you just verify that, check the timing. Okay, now the exhaust setting. Thus, you come around. That's coming up on ignition again. Take note. Come on around to ignition. Hit forward. Okay, you just keep going all the way around. Okay, when this exhaust mark right there, when that gets straight down there onto your engine timing mark, then you come up here to the front of your engine and you observe the gap between the rocker arm end and that push rod right there. And it's supposed to be like 1/1000th of a clearance is that measurement up there on that push rod. I'm just saying that this right here, I'm gonna turn it and make it go bigger. You see what I'm talking about? See how big it is? See it push that lever, that cam coming around, acted on that roller wheel, which acted onto the lever for the fuel pump, also acted on the push rod for the exhaust valve. That's the way it works. And then you got your clearance right there. Rainy evening here in Middle Tennessee, but you know, to give credit where credit is due, I probably should take that opportunity to give credit to McMaster Car. You know, they sell that hardware stuff. They sell about everything you need in metal made, nuts and bolts, and, you know, catalogs like 4,000 pages long. I've done already scanned it, page there, sat at the kitchen table at least 4 times since I've been buying from it. Well, just enough to know where to go to find what I needed, which was what I did the other day. Fitting on that fuel pump right there, outlet size topper. I left a little of that gasola right there on them threads, as so I could point that out. I'm gonna get a swab in there, and you'll remove that right there just for show purposes. It's all right to leave it on there if you want to, but nevertheless, that's where I use that product. I often have on the channel gasola, the thread sealant for petroleum. So that's the kind of application I found where that product is. You know, I've used it every time since I was become aware of it. and I ain't never had no leak. So, you know, that says it all. But you'll notice that line, I'll mention it again in case it got by you, that inlet line there. That's a factory bend on that line. That's original. But that top fitting up there, I referred to McMaster car. Fittings such as that they have in their catalog. So I placed an order one evening. Next morning, out there on the stoop was a box with them fittings in there. Overnight from Atlanta. That's what I'm talking about. Good service. Thumbs up, McMaster car. You know, decent price. So, and it's almost exact replica, more or less, to the original one. That being another sidebar I should take is the size of that outlet line right there. Now that being 3/8 brass original equipment to this type engine. But I think on this, some of these fuel systems, they had a smaller outlet fuel line. So the next engine I put together, I'm going to use a smaller size. And McMaster car has the fittings for that application also. Thumbs up, McMaster car. And we'll talk about this fuel pump here in depth over on the workbench. Y'all, leave comment you want to, pass it on to a friend, and you know, if you're not subscribed, just go ahead and help me out, you know, on the subscription there, and subscribe to the channel. So, and the reason I might suggest that you would want to do that is, well, just such as right now, raining outside, and I'm in the shop, and it's well, raining outside. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But this fuel pump is quite an item in itself. So that would be reason enough to subscribe to the channel and see when I get to it, like it's on the workbench over there. That's all I'm going to say about that. Thanks now.